Alrighty, what is going on, guys? We are here today to go over all 10 specialists, and we're going to rank them from 1 to 10, ranking the worst first to the best second. Now, I might have a little bit of bias in this game just because I do have one specific specialist that I use a lot. But we're going to start off really simple here with, obviously, probably the worst. These are all my opinion, by the way, but the worst is going to be the Barricade, Torque's Barricade. It basically, you just call it in. You set it up in a room, an area, wherever the hell you want, and it just emits this little like heat thing that when enemies walk in front of it, they kind of burn and it will kill them, which is cool and everything. It's just you can't really use it. It's stationary. Somebody sees it, they can move out of its way. It takes 2 rockets to destroy, which is very easy, honestly. And just basically, it's not going to do all that much. Now, next up on the list, we got the Prophet's Tempest. Now, from Black Ops 3, the Prophet's Tempest was actually really good. It was probably one of the best specialist weapons in the game, but in this game, it's a little bit different. So in this game, you're gonna shoot a person with like a sniper rifle almost gun, and it's gonna knock them down. And they're knocked for probably around 3 to 5 seconds. And if you don't shoot them again, or shoot them with a different gun, then they will be able to come back up, and you get 0 points for it. So it's a really good gun. It can work if you have times, but it's going to be really hard to hit feeds with it because you have to shoot them twice just to get the kill. However, if they are in water and you shoot them, it will one-shot, which is a lot better than just double shot. Next up on the list, we also have the Nomad's Canine unit. Now, the dog is really bulky and really strong. I think it sits around 450 HP or so. It's just kind of bad, man. Like, it's almost good. It calls in a 1 dog, and it just runs around and it kills the enemies. If you get people to just focus the dog, if you're playing against a 5-man or a 6-man and they call out dog on me, it's really easy to just have one. Like, you could basically outrun this thing while your teammates shoot it. It's really not bad at all. But it can work in some cases. It's pretty easy to get. It's just easy to focus down. Now, next up on the list, we have Crash's TAC 5. Now, this isn't more of a weapon. This guy's the medic. He's a team support, as you can see, where that's like area denial. But so what you do is you call this thing in, and it gives your team, I think, 50 bonus XP, which isn't bad. But the way I was thinking of it is, listen, you call this thing in, you have 150 HP, right? You go up to 200. It's basically you're using body armor, and it's not like it regens or anything. The good thing about it, however, is if you use it in search, you can outlast opponents, which is cool, and you do get the benefit of using that first engagement with stim shot. Whereas if you use body armor, you do not have stim shot. And I mean, it's not terrible. It's just not the most probable thing to use if you're trying to get kills, and it goes away really quickly. And the next up's kind of a surprising one. We have Ruin's Gravity Slam. I just think it's kind of useless. You build up this whole specialist charge, all to just use 1 gravity spike, and it gets maybe 2 kills at most. It's like, do you really want to trade your specialist for 1 kill? It's not all that big. It's pretty hard to shoot the Ruin out of gravity spikes in this game. It was a lot easier to do in Black Ops 3, especially now with him getting the advantage of the grapple gun. You can just grapple gun up, gravity spike straight down. It's going to be hard to shoot you, but I don't see the point in gravity spike anymore, or gravity slam as it's called now. It's almost a good thing. It's just you build up that whole specialist charge just to get 1 thing. I'm not really buying it. After that, we're moving on to the upper echelon. So that was the bottom 5. We're now up into the top 5. And we got Seraph's Annihilator. Now, these are where every specialist from here on out is really good. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. It's really good. The Annihilator is crazy good. You can shoot it quick. It's a 1-shot. The problem I have with it is, if I'm not mistaken, and I may have my facts wrong, but I'm pretty sure you only get 6 shots with this thing. So you get a maximum of 6 kills if you hit every single bullet, not counting collaterals, which, let's be honest, aren't that common. But the Annihilator, it's just one of those weapons where it's hard to back it when it's so reliant on the player and the player's capability to aim. Now, you could use like Ruin's Gravity Spike. You don't have to be good to use that. But the Seraph's Annihilator definitely has a skill cap where you have to be really good. Now, don't get me wrong, if you want to main Seraph and just play her every game, and you get good enough to where you could hit every single Annihilator shot, by all means do it, because that makes her super powerful. That's a guaranteed almost 6 kills every time you pop a specialist weapon, which is really good. I just don't really have enough faith that you can do that constantly. So I think for a specialist weapon, it can be good, but it's also a very risky thing to do. Now, next up on the list, we have Battery's War Machine, which does seem like it got a buff from Black Ops 3. It has a nice sight, actually, and it doesn't have that little weird arc that it used to do. Very powerful indoors. There's not much you could say about her. She literally is just, it's just a grenade launcher that you shoot. It'll kill people on impact now, so you just shoot them with it. It'll blow up right in their face. Really good specialist weapon. Really don't have anything bad to say about it other than the fact that, don't shoot this thing close range because you might hurt yourself. Obviously, it's situational. It's better in close range areas than it is in outdoor events, but it will do its job. It'll get you some kills. If you have a very campy team, it'll help really good. And now, number 1 and number 2 is where I really struggled picking, because number 2 is probably, in my opinion, it is the best specialist weapon, but because of this one reason, I'm going to put the Recon at number 2. Now, the Recon, his weapon is Vision Pulse, and what this does, if you remember Vision Pulse from Black Ops 3, you call it in, and you'd get from your character, it's spread out, and you'd be able to see players through walls or whatever. Now, what Vision Pulse does is you call it out, and you get 3 pulses. So the first pulse will go the whole map. It always goes the whole map, and your whole team can see him. So it sees every enemy on the map where they are, and then after that, it'll do another pulse, and then it'll show you again. And then after that, it'll do another pulse, and it'll show you again. And your whole team gets to see this whole time. Now, it's very good in Search and Destroy because you get to see the enemy team. It's like a UAV. It's like a hater, except even better. But the problem with this is it takes forever to charge, and I mean forever. Like, if you get 10 kills in an SND, 4 plants, everything you need, you will not get this weapon, it seems. I have played so good in Search and Destroy just to get Vision Pulse, and it never happens. You get maybe 1. If you play good, if you play decent, you'll get 1 in TDM. In my opinion, it is the best weapon, yes, but is it the most accessible? No. So, because of that reason, we are putting Ajax at number 1 with his Ballistic Shield. Now, this thing cannot be penetrated. You shoot a War Machine at it, blocks it. You shoot a Firebreak Purifier at it, blocks it. Actually, I think I skipped over Firebreak. I'll go back to him. You shoot Firebreak's Purifier, blocks it. You shoot Seraph's Annihilator, blocks it. Ruin's Tempest, blocks it. Gravity Slam, blocks it. It blocks everything. And on top of that, you get a gun to shoot people with. So you're basically invincible unless they're shooting you from the back. Anything can't get through it. Dog can't get through it. It's just ridiculous. It blocks immediately anything that comes after it. And that is why Ajax is number 1. And also because it's really easy to get. I've got it in Search and Destroy multiple times. Very good character. Very good specialist weapon. But I guess we can go back. I skipped it. After Battery, it's actually Purifier. The Firebreak's Purifier. It's really good, obviously. It kills really quick. Pretty easy to use. Don't go into water with it. Basic stuff like that. It should be pretty self-explanatory, but it's really good. Put it at number 3 because it's not quite as good as the Recon or Ajax, but it is definitely better than the Seraph's Annihilator and the Battery's War Machine. It's just kind of that middle ground where it's almost amazing, but it's still kind of in that good, almost great category. But yeah, that is it for today's video, boys. We went Torque into Prophet, into Nomad, into Crash, into Ruin, into Seraph, into Firebreak, into Battery, into Recon, and into Ajax in that order. If you guys agree with me, please be sure to tell me down in the comment section below. If you disagree with me, please be sure to correct me. Tell me what I got wrong. Tell me what you feel is the best specialist in the game, because I definitely feel like Ajax is the most the best for how quick you get it, but the Recon I do believe is the best. If only you could get it quicker. My favorite specialist, as you can see by how many things I have. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button down below. That lets me know that you guys are enjoying the series just as much as I have. I'm going to keep bringing you guys top 5s because I am enjoying them. Next up, we're going to do specialist issues, which should be a little bit of a different story. You'll see some guys move up. You'll see some guys move down. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.